analyzed the deal and made an offer on it. And do I get every one? No, but at the same point, I'm starting to. I feel like I need to start getting angry again, and not necessarily making enemies, but it's like stop, like just
We have
kick
to start
them,
being brutally honest again.
kick
We
them,
weren't.
kick them in the nuts,
Yeah.
because they don't understand. You should have never adjusted your numbers to pay more than 75% of ARV. They were never, and this is, I love access to technology and all the
New softwares.
softwares that are out there to analyze deals. I love that there's tools out there for people to get into the business. What I don't love is the tools, not
People only using the tools, right? They're not learning real estate.
and not factoring in the fault ratio of the algorithm that's being used, right?
They're also not looking at outside forces a lot of times too, right?
Sure.
They don't look at a lot of times like all those work off algorithms, right? Almost like as estimate, but if they're not going in and actually finding hard comps and accurately doing it, they're fucking gonna be way off. And then they're sitting there arguing with you, Mr. Real Buyer, that their deal is wrong. And
So I have this bipolar disorder towards realtors. I fucking hate realtors, but that comes from an old. That's like an old wound that will never go away. But I also respect realtors because they did have to go to school and take classes, and they had to skin their, they had a whole lot of work to do to figure out how to get their license. They got their license. Good ones learned how to comp and understand the difference between one property to another property, and those I have respect for. What has really bugged me about the technology and the new wave of virtual buyers is they aren't educated in comps. They aren't educated in white elephants and
market influences and actually
right, negative influences, positive influences, right? It's funny because people have gotten into the business in the last couple of years, and the phone's ringing that they need jobs right now. So some of them are good ones, and I feel bad for them, but at the same point,
it's needed. It's almost like shedding and skin.
It's a really great purge.
Yeah. Purge, shedding, all that.
Yeah.
People are gonna start going back to school.
Yeah.
So
that brings up a whole nother can of worms, but I think they're about to get schooled. They're not going back to school. You're about to get schooled on what real investing is like. For instance, I'm not going to name the name, but like the deal we got via Facebook Messenger yesterday, TJ got it actually, and
you know the lender?
You told me who it was, and we knew who the lender was, so I made a phone call to the lender. I wasn't going around the person or circumventing them to like get the deal.
Yeah, we're just getting the full story.
I was just like, hey, I know you have the loan on this.
What's the story?
They started cracking up, and they're like, how do you know that? And I was like, where did this come from? Like, how do you know? And I was like, dude, everyone taught. Like,
it's a small network.
Yeah. So the numbers are so bad for the guy, for the investor, and he's not a bad investor. No. Just a few bad outside circumstances happened to him in the last 6 to 12 months that caused multiple deals to have catastrophic losses. And I mean, I know his losses are in the six figures. And so that fucking hurts, right? So I mean, I'm one of them. I'm still counting the losses from mistakes that some fucking people on my team made in the last 12 months. And it hurts, but you have to weather the storm.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was saying earlier, right? That's what sets us a different. Well, I think that's the break-even point between just being an investor that does ones or twos to actually a full-time investor.
Such a shitty word.
It really is.
Because it's such a joke. Right?
Investor?
Like, yeah, the word investor.
I'm sweating my tits off in here.
It's like the Seinfeld episode where
Boca Vista.
no, where Elaine's dating the doctor, but he's a podiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, I'm a doctor. She's like, yeah, but you're a doctor of the feet, like you're a fucking podiatrist, right? You're not a guy that can go do heart
Are
surgery.
dentists doctors?
That's a good question, and there's a difference between dentists too, right? Like, I think that's a good question. I don't necessarily. I don't consider them doctors. But then again, I have
Do you tell that to your dentist before they're going in?
No.
Hey,
Well,
man, I don't consider you a doctor.
I actually only go to a specific dentist that puts me to sleep because it's like surgery for me. Like, I can't go.
And she is a doctor.
She actually is a doctor because she could prescribe the medicine to knock me the fuck out before she does whatever the fuck she's going to do, right? So there are differences, but yeah, no, I mean, you can call yourself an investor all you want, but if all you've done is been
Assignments.
the high, but been the and it's not even that. If all you've ever done in the last 2 to 5 years is sit behind a desk, let your auto dialer ring 100 fucking times for the day, and then all you have to do to get the yes is tell the person what they want to hear and send them a contract at a number that they wanted. Mm-hmm. And not have any skin in the game, not do any true real work, not go visit the house, right?
$100, right?
Actually put up earnest money, actually no option period, actually go like put your fucking balls on the table. Like, I don't want to, I don't consider you an investor. I consider you a fucking call center employee.
Like the guy who did 30-day option for $100? Or was it $10? I forget.
But that, we did tell that story,
Yep,
right?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
The guy that turned into be a oil tycoon. That's what
Criminal background.
Yeah, with a criminal background.
Yeah.
Too criminal. Like, he tried to run somebody over and kill them with a car. So assault with a deadly weapon. But yeah, if you're a kid, sorry kids, if you're anyone sitting behind the desk with a dialer, not actually going out, that's what happens when you get older. Shit gets limp. If you're not actually doing
Crossbreed.
If you're not actually doing the work to go sit on the dirty couch. Yesterday I walked. So